Hey guys, it's Jessica. I really appreciate you speaking with me today and accepting this free video. I am super excited that you did because today I'm going to show you 3 strategies you can start applying right away, all on your own, and it's going to help make a huge difference in your business. And I know that it will, because we've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies throughout the US, and it's made a huge impact in their business. Now, right now, you guys have 0 organic traffic coming to your website. Okay, that is people that are searching for your services and even your name, okay, and landing on your website. So nobody's landing on your website without manually typing it in, okay? That means you're missing out on over 80% of the available jobs in your area. And servicing LA County and the Coachella Valley, you're missing out on thousands of people searching for you every single month, okay? By not having these strategies. So when it comes to ranking on Google, content is key. And over the last 18 months, Google has made a ton of changes in their algorithm on ways that they are ranking websites. What is most important, okay? And even in the last 90 days, there's been additional changes and tons of volatility. So you may have actually indexed and ranked at one time, and now you don't, okay? And that's because of all these changes. So being mobile first, people first, we used to be able to just put out a bunch of generic content that were really rich in keywords and just rank. And that's not a thing anymore, okay? Everything has to be people first, not Google bots first, okay? Everything on your website needs to be real helpful information, not generic information. Google does require easy to use navigation. Now, the order of your navigation is important. It should be in the area of relevance, area of most importance. So your services probably should become before your About Us, especially if water damage is your number one thing. Water damage should be one of the very first things in navigation, okay? So the way you set your navigation matters. Ease of use matters. Google wants you to have separate pages for all your major services, and it looks like you do have those minimal pages, so that is a plus. Google requires that because they want a separate page designated to just that one service where you can explain everything about that service, how water intrusion happens, what to do when it happens, what your team does, what type of equipment. All those things kind of set you up as an expert, and it allows you to write good content, a good number of words based around those local keywords, and answer the most common questions your customers have. Okay, now Google has moved to an EEAT standard, which stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. So all of your content needs to have those factors wrapped up in it, okay? That's going to be really, really important moving forward. And making sure all of your pages throughout your website have original content, not duplicate content. We can't have flat, generic 1 and 2 sentences here and there, okay? It has to be really good quality content. Now, I am happy to see that you do have separate pages for your major service areas, though I'm not seeing Los Angeles, and maybe you just want to work outside of Los Angeles. I'm not sure. But you do have separate pages for all these major services. The problem is these are all duplicate pages, with the exception of the map. You guys are switching out the map, and you're just changing the locations for each of these sections. And each of these sections have 0 keyword strategy, 0 content strategy. They have 1 or 2 sentences here. So none of this is actually going to help you. So while you do have the pages in place, which is good, it's missing the actual purpose of why they're here. So this page needs to be really in depth for this area. It should be similar to a homepage, really focusing on all the major services you have, all that helpful information we just talked about, specific to this one location, and using the keywords for that location. Again, original content. Do not duplicate your content across all these pages. Google does not like it, will not index keywords, okay? So they're not going to bring people to your website. So that is really, really critical. Now, this homepage is the most important page of your website because it ties everything together, okay? So it's important this homepage talks about all your major services and is focusing on the local keyword. I cannot tell based on your homepage here what city you are basing this out of. I don't know if this is Santa Clara, Valencia, Los Angeles, but whatever that city is, this homepage and all these service pages need to focus on keywords for that specific city. So it could be Valencia water damage restoration Valencia. People search differently. You need to capitalize on that. Okay. This homepage also needs at least 1,500 words or more of that written content. If your competitors have more than 1,500 words, you need more than they have. So while you do have a little bit of content, you don't have nearly enough content, and there's zero keyword strategy. And so the content and keyword strategy is going to be number one for you guys. You see, Google is sending crawlers to your website, which are like mini robots that go and they scan every page of your website, every image, video, and written content to understand who you are, what does your website offer, what type of services do you offer, and where do you offer those services, okay? And so when Google can't see that, and they don't have a good understanding, we can't expect them to send customers to your website, okay? Now, if we look in LA County, your top competitor is SERVPRO. And yes, they are a franchise, but you're not competing against the entire franchise, only the local franchisees, and they are all very beatable, okay? Most franchisees have their hands tied because the franchises won't let them optimize their content and build this out the way that they want to, go after their own strategy. So their hands are pretty tied, so you just have to do better, okay? That means more words on the page, better quality content, more helpful content, following that EEAT strategy we just talked about, okay? So you have to have more pages, more blog articles, and just better overall content and keyword strategy, okay? Now, we know when your customers do a search, they will do a search, sorry about that, I didn't reset this. They'll do a search similar to this, right? And when they do, there's three main areas that your website has the potential to be in the top positions for. The first are generally going to be ads, and those are going to be your local service ads, cost per click ads, and this can be lucrative if that's what you want to do. It's as long as you have your processes dialed in, your budget dialed in, you're not sending cost per click people over to your main website, but you have designated landing pages set up for those, so they have the best chance of converting, okay? And as long as you're paying that ad spend, leads are going to come in. The minute you stop, the leads go away, okay? Now, these other two sections are even more important because they're not dependent on an ad spend, okay? This section here is your Google Business Profile or Google Map Pack, and your goal is to be in the top 3 in your service area because 30% of people come straight here and they do not go anywhere else. So when you're not in this top 3, you're losing 30% of your revenue each month and basically just handing it to your competitors. Okay, so in order for your profile to get into the top 3, if you find that it is not already, is you have to further optimize that profile. You need to get Um, More citations, which is simply listing the name of the business, address, phone number, and website, and putting those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Glassdoor, Angie's, and House, and even social media profiles. Those are all really critical citations and will help give you a good boost. And this third section here is called the organic section. This is the most important section because 60 to 70% of people, when they search, will skip the ads, they'll skip these maps, and they come right here. So when your business doesn't show up here, you're again losing an additional 60 to 70% of the available jobs every single month for each of these services in each of the cities that you serve, okay? And so in order for your website to show up here, it does come back to the foundation of this website. Do you have it properly built out with the right content and keyword structure? And then are you supporting that with a backlink SEO? Okay. So this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to see how your website is performing. Okay. It does look like you have some type of SEO going on. When we look here, since about April of last year, new backlinks and referring domains are being added on a monthly basis. So that tells me you have some type of SEO going on, but you're not being indexed for any keywords. You have zero traffic. So you need more than just the backlinks, okay? Now, not all backlinks are created equal. We want to be getting good quality links, but if there's nothing on your website to attach to those links, there's no keywords, just getting these backlinks alone is not enough to promote your website, to bring that traffic to your website. So you have to first dial in your content and keyword strategy and then apply those backlinks so that you can rank those keywords and drive traffic to your website. If we look at your top competitor in LA County, okay, this one page that we looked at, okay, has a poor rating. They're not really doing any SEO. It makes sense because they can't fix the issues on their pages. But because SERVPRO has such a powerful score, it is able to push power to the back pages, to the different franchisee locations and all of their pages. Now, this one specific page in LA has been indexed for 46 keywords and is getting over 900 people to this one single page out of all their pages, okay? So this is just one page we're looking at. So they're getting tons of traffic that you're missing out on. Now, like I said, I don't know if you're trying to stay out of LA, if there's a reason why it wasn't included when you specifically said you're working in LA County, but Los Angeles has tons of volume, and they're not really that difficult to be ranking. A KD of 3 isn't real challenging. But water damage restoration in Los Angeles by itself has 800 searches every single month. And the higher you are in the rankings, the more that volume you can get. So the highest rankings can get over 30% of this traffic. So they got 289 people this month just from this one keyword. Okay, so your content and keyword strategy are absolutely critical to driving that traffic and getting those jobs. So again, all these people are absolutely beatable when you apply these strategies. I hope you found this information to be helpful. Please feel free to take this information, run with it, and apply it yourself. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out, reply to my email, give us a call. We'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.